A hearty welcome to our part 2 discussion of day after yesterday, before yesterday, Odisha Municipality Administrative Service Preliminary Examination 2019. In the last part, we discussed about the questions, answers, and discussion, and the important part is analysis from question 1 to question number 50. Today, we are going to discuss about question number 51. The question is about highest peak of Western Ghat is. So this is a very common question that used to come in the examination frequently and mostly in the OPS SSC question. And the answer should be Doda Beta, Anai Mudi, Kalusu Bhai, Mahabaleshwar, and the answer should be B, your Anai Mudi. It is in state of Kerala. It is very famous for pilgrimage, national parks, all these things. So it is very important. And students, those who are preparing for civil service examination, they must know who is the second highest peak in Western Ghat, third highest peak, bagara, all these things. So it will be easier to crack examination in the forthcoming examination. Okay. The second question, 52 question of our discussion, the angle of elevation of sun on 21st March at mid-noon is 0 degree, 23 half degree, 66.5 degree, 90 degree. See, this 21st March at mid-noon suggests about your spring equinox. See, if we take two types of equinox, autumn equinox and spring equinox. On the spring equinox, the sun is closer to the earth and it is at the elevation of 90 degree. The answer will be your 90 degree. Okay. 53. Coal of Damodar Valley region is associated with Damodari coal of Damodar region is in the state of Jharkhand, related to Raniganj also, some part of Raniganj. So it is famous for coal. Best coal are extracted from this Damodar Valley, and the options are Gondwana formations, Dharwayan formations, Kudapa formations, Tertiary formation, and the answer will be your Gondwana formation. Most of the coal found here are sedimentary rocks. So it is very important to know the places where Damodari Valley is extended, type of coal, either it is anthracite, bituminous or coal pit. So you have to understand types of coal, area and the formation. 54. So very interesting question. People who are preparing for map, they must have cracked that, must have done that. Niagara Falls is located between. See, moment I am Niagara Falls speaking and discussing all these lakes. If you go to the northern America, the North America, there are 5 lakes in the North America which are more prominent, and the point of discussion is the 5 lakes are there. They form the most part of fresh water in the world. These lakes are Superior Lakes, Michigan Lakes, Huron Lakes, Ontario Lakes and Erie Lake. These are 5 lakes. You see, these are 5 lakes. Okay, they are like this, So these lakes are between the last, Erie Lake and your Ontario Lake. There is a river, there is a place called Niagara Falls. It forms the boundary between Canada and USA. So definitely it is part of Canada and USA. So anybody is preparing for geography as an optional and geography as a map subject, they must have done that. And people must understand all these 5 lakes, 5 great lakes they commonly said. So you must have gone through these lakes in future examination, for future examination. 55. trade winds in the northern hemisphere blow from northwest to southeast, southwest to northeast, northeast to southeast, southeast to northwest. See, looking at those options, definitely trade winds are coming from high pressure region to the low pressure region. They are coming from high northwest, basically northeast to southwest, not southeast. If you go to the option C, this can be taken care of, but it is not 100% correct. It must be west, not east. So it is coming from high pressure zone to low pressure zone. If I make a diagram of this is the doldrum state. Okay, so if from here only you are coming the northwest, the north, the northeast winds. So it is the doldrum state. Here is the doldrum state. From here only it is coming. So you have to take care of northeast to southwest. Okay. 56. Bhakra Dam is constructed on the river. See, mostly there are two dams combined together to form Bhakra Nangal Dam. So here it is, question is Bhakra Dam. The answer is your Satluj River. It is in the Himachal Pradesh. But if somebody will ask you Nangal Dam, it is in the Punjab. So both are connected. The Bhakra Nangal Dam is always in discussion. Another two dams are, Gobind Sagar Dam, okay, Nagarjuna Sagar Dam. So you can have question from this person also. See, moment you get any such type of questions, it is your duty to expand your ideas or connect your ideas to several other questions. This is the way you have to prepare. See, this Bhakra Dam has come earlier in the OPSC examination. Again it is coming. So you may face the same question next time in a different form. Bhakra Dam is in which state? People might have faltered. You could have go for the right answer. That is the Himachal Pradesh. Nangal Dam in which state? Which is the largest dam in India? Which is the second largest dam in India? So these are the questions you should make ready. You should prepare in the next examination, for the next examination. So this is why, moment you analyze those questions, you must ready for the next preparation, next exam, and it will give you the platform, the launch pad to crack the examination. Okay. Next question. See, highest peak of Deccan Plateau. See, it has been a trend in OPSC. They keep on asking same question in a different form. 2018 preliminary examination, they have done same thing. U-shaped glacier, U-shaped valley, and glacier formation. All these questions they have asked several times. This time again they have asked. So answer is the same. This is Anai Mudi. The Deccan Plateau is the peninsular part of the peninsular plateau, and the answer is the same in the Western Ghat. That is Anai Mudi. Here you can go for the highest peak in Eastern Ghat, Aryakonda, where they have connected in Nilgiri Hills. So these are the questions you could have understood. See, I have gone through the analysis of some institutions. They are doing well, but my job is to make you aware that analyzing is not about going through the net and giving the answer to you. It is to make you aware that how we can form questions, how we can approach questions. See, sometimes what happens, if I go to the examination hall and some question might have come directly from our previous sources which I have gone through. Some questions, some persons, we could not have seen that directly coming from some person. So it is our duty to know how to approach those questions which we do not have any idea earlier to this. That does not mean we should leave these questions. We must solve from the options. NI Mudi, Amar Kantak, Dhupagada, Dadabada, these options we can solve the question. So that is, you can go for odd man out. So this art will be knowing to you the way I will be proceeding. I will be developing my discussion in the next part, in the coming part. So you will be knowing how I am approaching the questions, how I am solving the questions without having any prior knowledge of the subject. And probably in the last part of our discussion, we have some questions where you need common sense. You can segregate from the option to crack the examination. Next part, 58. Very straightforward question. Which of the following schedules of the Constitution of the India contains provisions regarding Anti-Defection Act? See, it is in the 52 amendment. It is the 10th schedule in the 1995 during the Rajiv Gandhi period. So why I am saying all these things? Because you can get the amendment, you can get the Prime Minister name, you can get the year. So these things you have to take care of. This is the way you have to analyze the questions. These things will be coming in the next examination. Maybe coming in the next examination. So it is your duty to analyze from that angle also. Next question, 59. Which one of the following articles of the Constitution of India says that the executive power of every state shall be so exercised as not to impede or prejudice the exercise of the executive power of the Union? The answer should be Article 258. See, it tells about the residual power of the Union. How the Union can intervene in the state matters through President or through the help of government. The answer should be Article 258 and B, option B. 60. Identify among the following the final authority to decide whether a bill is a money bill or not. See, money bill has been coming regularly in the OPSC examination. Most of the times I have seen this question. So whatever theories, whatever knowledge, concepts you are having money bill, please go through. Who knows, in the next examination, OPSC preliminary examination, you may get such question. Okay. The answer should be the President, Union Finance Minister, the Speaker of Lok Sabha, Chairperson of Rajya Sabha. The answer is the Speaker of Lok Sabha. And the article which deals with money bill is 110 1. So this can be a question. Okay. Identify which one of the following can bring resolution to remove the Vice President of India. Options are either House of Parliament, Lok Sabha alone, Rajya Sabha alone, joint sitting of Parliament. See, Vice President is the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. So you can use your common sense. The most effective part should be done in Rajya Sabha alone. After Rajya Sabha, it should go to the Lok Sabha because he is more or less related to Rajya Sabha, and the answer should be Rajya Sabha alone because in Rajya Sabha the resolution will be brought, and by effective majority, once it will go to the Lok Sabha, it will be simple majority. And the article who is dealing with it, 67B. Okay. Next, identify in which of the following Panchayat Raj institutions election in Odisha reservation for women was read to 50% of seats. See, this Panchayat Raj institution is a very important part of OPSC examination. Be it in prelim or main, you are going to get questions. So be prepared for that. It is a database question. The answer should be 2012 PRI elections, and because of that part, it is a 50% reserved for women. So you can already, there are some reservation in state Odisha. So this answer will be 62. And again, you have to know about this Balrant Rai committee, Ashwin Singhvi committee, Sanghvi committee, all these things you have to go through. Next question. In which of the following cases Supreme Court did Supreme Court give the ruling that Parliament did not have the power to destroy the basic structure of or framework of the Constitution? The basic structure or framework of the Constitution again and again coming in the examination, and it is very, very important, and the options are Champak, Dwarai Rajan, your Goloknath. This is also Goloknath, also discussion in the Constitution, basic structure of Constitution, Kesavnath Bharti and Minerva Mills. The answer should be Kesavnath Bharti and the case was versus Kesavan Bharti versus State of Kerala, and the historic judgment come on 24th, 1973. So this is also you are going to understand. This is very, very important. You will get more questions on this also. So you see, most of the questions which are repeatedly coming, it is your duty to correlate, to understand. The members of the Constituent Assembly which enacted the Constitution of India were, see, this question should be elected by legislative assemblies of various provinces. So basically, during the Constitution Assembly, there are two parties, two persons, like legislators, they have decided some nominees, and they have some representatives, whether I say representatives, and province list or princely states, they have sent some nominees. Okay, these combining this, they have formed the Constitution Assembly. So answer will be here elected by the legislative assemblies of various provinces. Okay, so this can be the question. Okay. Next, 65. Who commented power? The first love of every politician is a treacherous beloved, like those of a pretty woman of little virtues. Her wears many and loyalty is shifting. Rajni Kothari, he used to write on politics and power. Joya Hassan, Sudipta Kabiraj, Subhash Chandra Kashyap. The answer should be Subhash Chandra Kashyap. It comes from his book Power and Politics. So you can go through particular book, and he is a very noted writer. He's written so many books on Indian Constitution, so you can go through that. 66. The Constitution of India borrowed the idea of directive principles from. This is a straightforward question. And the answer should be Britain, Germany, France, Ireland. Answer should be Ireland. Yes. So, you see, Ireland, here is the question from DPSP. Again, you can have question from, say, where you have brought your judiciary, your concurrent list, your president's residency power, fundamental rights, duties. So these can be a part of your discussion and understanding. Next, 67. Indian Federation can be converted into unitary one at the time of general election by 2/3 majority decision of the parliament if the legislatures of majority of states pass a resolution to that effect during national emergency. Answer should be D. National emergency. Because in national emergency, the federation converted to unitary one. Okay, here we can get question from quasi-federals. Why federation is known as quasi-federal? All these things you have to understand. Okay, this is a very important part of your discussion. Constitution authorizes the president to establish interstate council to divide the revenues between center and states, to coordinate the planning activities of various states, to settle the dispute between various states or states and center, none of these. Your answer should be divide the, to coordinate, to settle the disputes between various states or states and center. It can be between states and center. So that is why interstate council is there. And Article 263 used to deal with this. And second thing is that most interesting thing is that he is president. Okay, is the chairman. You have other members also to discuss the matter about interstate council. Okay, next part. Next question. Which one of the following fundamental rights was described by Dr. Ambedkar as the heart and soul of the Constitution? This question is coming repeatedly in the examination, OPS examination. In the 2018 main examination, same question also has come. So this is the heart and soul of the Constitution, and this should be right to constitutional remedies. This is Article 32, mandamus, territory, prohibition. Okay, about this coherent or these are discussing about these points. So it is very common question. You must get ready for this type of question. Arrange the emergence of the following pressure groups in Indian politics chronologically. See, these are the type of question you are getting in the UPSC. So also such questions in the next last 2-3 sessions, last 2-3 preliminary examinations, such questions are coming. So definitely you must know how to handle all these questions. So these are basically questions where we should know conceptually and more facts that when these pressure groups were established. So All India Trade Union Congress, it is established in 1920. Okay, this is 1920. Hindu Mazdoor Sabha in 1948. All India Kisan Sabha in 1936. Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, and it is commonly known as FICCI. It is in the year of 1927. Okay, 1927. So the answer should be your 1, then 4, then 3, then 2. Option A. Okay. Okay, next part. One university student seeks to get elected to the municipal council of his city. The validity of his nomination would depend on the important condition, among others, that he obtains permission from the register of his university, he is the member of some political parties, his name figures in the voter list, he submits a declaration owing allegation to Constitution of India. The answer should be his name must be figures, must be in the voter list, or he must be electoral in the he must be electoral, or he must have the power to vote in India. So that is why an option C should be the right answer. These are the eligibility to participate in the municipal elections. Next, 72. The salaries and allowances of the judges of the High Court are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, Consolidated Fund of State, Contingency Fund of India, Contingency Fund of State. See, this question can be a tricky one if somebody will ask you the pensions of the judges of the High Court are charged from which state. So first I should give this question answer. Again I will go to the next part. See, the salary of the allowances of the judges of the High Court are charged on the Consolidated Fund of State. See, if somebody will ask you the pension part, the answer should be not state, it should be Fund of India. So you can understand how question can be manipulated, can be changed, can be reformed. Okay. Computation of gender inequality index is made up by considering the following disadvantages for women. See, all these are parameters, yardsticks to measure gender inequality index. Calorie intake, cereals consumption, living standard, and number of live births. Non-ability of safe drinking water, free fare, and timely health care. C. Lack of rest and enjoyment of leisure, reproductive health, education, empowerment, participation in labor market. Your answer should be D. See, nowadays, this time, see, indices are coming regularly in the examination. This time, gender inequality index, you may get happiness index, you may human index, human hunger index, corruption index. So many indexes are there. So you should get ready with all these indices. And India is ranked 95th out of 129. Okay. This should be the rank in Gender Inequality Index 2019. This can be a question. Okay. This is a straightforward question. Who has advocated providing urban amenities in rural areas for alleviating poverty in India? And it's a direct question. Not Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, no B.S. Minhas, not APJ Abdul Kalam will be the right answer in Vision of New Millennium. So you must go to the D option. Which one of the following is used to compute the total fertility rate? Commonly it is known as TFR of a woman. See, these are the most interesting part of the discussion because TFR is in the news, MMR in the news, IMR in the news. So natural increase, all these things, all these terms are related this to population, and this is part of your population geography. So you could have done your homework while coming to this examination, and answer should be number of live births by a woman during her entire reproductive period. See, it is all about 15 to 49, the age of reproductive period of women. So answer should be A, not number of women in their reproductive period. The ratio of women in their reproductive period to total women, not exactly. Number of total births, live births, not. So answer should be your A. Okay. And TFR of India is 2.1 now, 2.1 according to the census 2011. In India, scheduled bank is one of which is entered the. This is a very common question for SSC banking students. Banking Regulation Act 1949, New Economy Policy of the Government of India 1991, Second Schedule of RBI Act 1934. The answer should be an original draft paper of the fourth 5-year plan. No, answer should be C. Second Schedule 1934. Okay. Which 5-year plan for the first time emphasize sustained growth of software and information technology enabled services? 9th 5-year plan, your 10th 5-year plan, 11th 5-year plan, 12th 5-year plan. The answer should be your 12th 5-year plan. Here government has given more focus on the technology, mostly IT enabled service, ITS and software. Next question, 78. Which one of the following is the definition of density of population? Average number of persons living per square meter, the ratio of average number of urban population living per square kilometer to average number of rural people living per square kilometer, the number of total population living per square mile, average number of persons living per square kilometer. See, between the option C and D, people must have confused. It is not square meter, it is square mile and square kilometer. Again, coming to C and D, number of total population and average number of persons. The answer is average number of persons living per square kilometer or square mile. So D is the right answer. Okay, it comes from human geography, population geography. ICDS scheme was introduced in India in 1975 for providing food supplementation to children and pregnant nursing women. In 1980 for providing food supplementation to children and pregnant nursing women. C. In 1975 for providing food supplementation to all children below 5 years of age. In 1980 for providing food supplementation to all prospective mothers. So this is all about your ICDS and its soft schemes. It is in the 1975 and the option should be A, that is for providing food supplementation to children and pregnant nursing women. So this should be the option A, and here you should understand the objectives of ICDS, sub schemes of ICDS like Anganwadi, like crèche system, like adult and girls system, child protection scheme. All these things should be knowing to you the moment you are coming through the ICDS. Okay, done. Next, 80. Which of the following is not a non-conventional source of energy? This is a very interesting question. In 2015 preliminary examination, it has come in a different form. So from the option, it is quite obvious: wind energy, solar energy, energy from burning animal dung, tidal energy. The answer should be your C. This is at your disposal, at your convention. Okay, that is why it is conventional. LPG 81. 81 is the most difficult question of the entire discussion of the entire set of the examination. Though industrial licensing has been abolished in India within the adoption of LPG program, it is still valid for the following industries. See, here you have to understand the question. It is still valid. See, that means still the company need to get the note from the government to start the business, to start the industry. So the compulsory licensing is required in basically newsprint, colored TV, in newsprint there is there, drugs and pharmaceutical is there, plywood, hazardous chemicals, electronic defense, all these are having, you need license. Asbestos is there, industrial explosives there, not in aluminium, not in aluminium. Similarly, not in steel and iron, not in molasses. Government is promoting biofuel. So that is why molasses is not in the compulsory licensing. So when somebody is doing all these questions, you have to go to all three constituents, all three elements of the options, and the answer should be your plywood, hazardous chemical, electronic defense equipment, and cigars. Okay, you must go through all these industrial licensing to understand the nitty-gritty of the discussion. Next, which one of the following is a type of foreign collaboration in India? See, these are the very conceptual questions, and in this you have to understand the concepts. What is foreign collaboration? Foreign collaboration is a combining of resident and non-resident. Means a foreign partner and Indian partner. So come to the options. Joint participation between indigenous firms and foreign governments. It seems good. It looks good. Option B, joint participation between foreign firms and Indian government. Again, it looks good. Joint participation between foreign MNCs and Indian PSUs. It also looks good. Joint participation between foreign PSUs and Indian PSU. So all these are looking good. But for me, the answer is joint participation between foreign firms and Indian government, because it has says collaboration in India, not in other states, other countries. So you must be a foreign funds must be there with Indian government. See, in this joint participation between foreign MNCs and Indian PSU, this can be a correct option, but more correct, more valid is a foreign funds and Indian government. Okay. So you go for 82B. What is meant by food price inflation? It is a sharper increase in the prices of food articles relative to those manufacturers and all other non-food articles. See, food prices is a relative sharp increase basically between food items and or food price index and consumer price index. When I am saying consumer price index, I am discussing about manufacturers and non-food particles. Okay, so you have to take all these things. So you have to take all these things. So you have to go through all these options. It is a sharper increase in the prices of food articles relative to those manufacturers and all other non-food particles. Option B, it is a sharper increase in the prices of food articles relative to overall prices of manufacturers only. Okay. See, here only they are discussing about the food industry. Okay. It is sharper increase in the prices of food, particularly to overall prices of non-manufacturers of not. It is again only non-manufacturers they are telling about. So, in last option, it is a sharp increase in the prices of food articles relative to the price of education not. This is a vague option. So, you go to A, B, C. See, in A option, it has taken entire gamut of manufacturers and non-food articles. Means it food and non-food articles. Okay. In the second option, it is already discussed about the only food. Second is non-food. So it is you have to consider all these food manufacturers or food articles and non-food articles. The option should be your A. Next question, which of one is a component of petrochemical industry? Very interesting one. Metal and concrete pipes, not exactly. Edible oils, not again. Gold mining, not at all. Plastics, yes, it can be the answer. Plastic is the right answer. So basically they are divided into the petrochemical industry products are divided in two parts. One is olefins and another is aromatics. Again, olefins are types of resins, fibers, plastics. So you can go to the last part, that is plastics. Okay. So this is a very interesting question. You must go through this part. With which the call money market deals. See, what is call money? Call money is to maintain the liquidity of the bank. So liquidity to bank is during festive seasons or different seasons where it come. Sometimes bank is in need of money. So they go for call market. So they go for short-term funds. So an answer should be your very short-term funds, not long-term funds, selling and buying equities, selling and buying of government securities, not. Okay. So very short-term funds. Which one of the source of non-tax revenue of the government of India? See, borrowing from foreign governments. You are borrowing from government, foreign government. It should not be a revenue. Okay. The question is all about revenue. See how I am segregating the question. One is your non-tax, another is revenue. Then government of India. Three parts you have to segregate. Borrowing from foreign governments. Yes, it is not there. Aid and aids from foreign countries. Again, these are loans. These are not revenues. Okay, these are expenditures. Disposing gold reserves of India with foreign central banks for your purpose only. Again, it is a not. This is not an option. Interest receipts. Yes, this can be a non-tax revenue. The answer is D. If the option that could ask the tax revenue, then you have some taxes like sales tax, all this VAT, income tax. So the answer should be D. So segregate the question or differentiate the question into smaller parts and try to analyze them and get the answer. Don't get jumped into the answer by seeing the question. Don't do that. You segregate the questions, find the right answer. Okay. 87. Evidence of a species population within its habitat is called relative density no, regional density no, absolute density no, niche. Better I say niche density. This is the niche density, right answer is the niche density. This is a direct question by college environment. In a food chain of grassland ecosystem, the top consumers are herbivores, not exactly, because somebody is there above them in trophic level. Carnivores, bacteria, either carnivores or herbivores? No. Top consumers are your carnivores. Okay. 89. How oxygen cycle affected? Human activities, definitely human activities there because you are producing oxygen and taking carbon dioxide. You are giving carbon dioxide, taking oxygen. Okay, running automobiles, I have some speculation, doubt about option 2. Consumption of fossil fuels, definitely carbon dioxide production by coming out of carbon dioxide and plant are taking that and producing oxygen. So 1 and 2 are correct, not running automobiles. The option should be your 1 and 3, not 1 and 2, 1 and 3. Okay. Project Tiger was launched by the recommendation of Indian Board of Wildlife in. It's a straightforward question. People must have done that 1971, 75, 73, 72. The answer should be 73. If they could have asked Indian Board of Wildlife कब set up हुआ था, the answer should be 1952. 1952. Okay. Then come to 91. Recently, for the first time in our country, which of the following states has declared a particular butterfly as a state butterfly? They have a state animal, national bird, national food, now state butterfly also coming. The first state question is a state butterfly. Which of the following is declared first time? The option is first time. They go for first time. Okay. So first time it should be Maharashtra. Okay. There the first that is the name of the state butterfly is blue moramun. Now recently Tamil Nadu also declared the state butterfly and is the fifth state to do this. Okay. If you walk through countrywide, see this is a common, the moment I am reading this question, just carefully go through the person and you have to understand this is a common question. You should not have prepared for that. By coming to the examination and analyzing this question, you could have answered. If you walk through countrywide, you are likely to see some birds stalking alongside the cattle to seize. They are irritating. No, to seize the insects, disturbed by their movement through grasses. Which of the following is there such birds insects? See what happened, moment the cattle is moving and he is trying to graze on the field, trying to take grasses. So what happened? The insects used to fly from those places. And there is a bird called common myna. In the option 2, they used to feed on that. So this is a common thing in the countryside. The moment you move here and there, you could have noticed that. So these are the questions. This needs logic, common sense, if you don't have a prior preparation to this question. So option 2 only is the right answer. What is BOD? Again and again, it is coming in the examination. BOD, COD, chemical oxygen demand. It is very important. Direct question asked several times. Amount of oxygen utilized organisms, no organisms. Amount of oxygen utilized by microorganisms. Yes, for decomposition or position, this is the right answer, absolute answer, correct answer. The total amount of oxygen present in water, not exactly. So option B is the right answer. BOD is coming regularly, biodegradable, biochemical, all these things are coming very regularly basis, so you have to go through all these things. Recent studies indicate that the two of the most dangerous components of air pollution around major cities in the developed nations are fine particles and sulfur pollution, carbon monoxide, ozone, lead and volatile organic compounds, radon, and carbon monoxide. See, carbon monoxide is definitely there. See, one more interesting is the ozone. See, most of developing nation in the, you are in the highest latitudes. The ozone percolation, ozone coming from the atmosphere, ozone coming to the surface atmosphere, it is there is a bright chance. So, in USA you will find ozone is the most dangerous pollutant in the recent times. In European also you will find that. So, developed nation, don't cover developing nation, the option should be B. Compared to 50 years ago, the thinning ozone layer has produced dramatic increase in case of ozone, due to ozone depletion, what are the diseases are possibilities, are immediate possible? Asthma, color blindness. See, the moment I will see color blindness, I should cross it because this is a heat rate disease. This is a not disease due to the ozone, due to depletion of ozone. Cataracts can be a possible. Okay. Skin cancer always there. See, asthma is not due to ozone layer depletion. This is due to pollution, air pollution. Some kind of problem is there in the breathing, all these things. So 2, 3, and 4 should be the answer, option B. So you can segregate the options and can get the right answer. Which of the following? These are the, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 option questions are pattern of UPSC pattern. So you are getting at least 10 questions like this. So you should prepare for this kind of question. Which of the following can be found as pollutants in the drinking water in some parts of India? See, arsenic is always there. Sorbitol, I don't think so. Fluoride is there also there because people are suffering from fluorosis. Formaldehyde, I don't think so. Uranium is an interesting part. Uranium recently they used to find in the groundwater level in the Gujarat and Rajasthan. Some of the uranium mines they are used to get. There is connected some uranium mines. So the answer will be 1, 3, and 5. Option C, not 1, 3. Okay, this is C option, not 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, and all of this. Okay. Cloning is an experimental technique used to produce morphologically identically, or see, this is a cloning means you are producing a replica, genetically identically and morphologically. So both options should be correct. C. This is a replica. So you need genetical modification and morphological same thing. Okay. 98. Aerosol is the heterogeneous mixture of liquid, solid, gas, solid. See, aerosol. See, this is options are very confusing. Liquid, not entirely. See, it can be gas, liquid, and gas, solid. See, solids and liquid particles in the gas. Both should be in the aerosol. And aerosol is a mist, fog, all these are aerosol. And these are nowadays a concern in recently held match in Delhi, Pirsa Kotla Stadium. The aerosol kind of problem there, pollution kind of problem is there. But both C and D can be the right answers, gas, liquid, and gas, because you need solid or liquid in the gas. Okay, which of the following is not a magnetic? Iron, cobalt, lead, nickel. See, not lead, because iron and cobalt and nickel both are not lead. Okay, so C is the straightforward question. The formula for 110, the formula for conversion of temperature from Kelvin to Celsius is centigrade is equal to Kelvin minus 273. Sometimes it should be 273.15. So option A is the correct, not the second option. C and D are vague options. See, here I am going to have an announcement. See, today only we come to know that OPSC preliminary exam, OPSC is already gone for the advertisement. The number of posts is 153. So probably in 2-3 months we will be getting the preliminary examination, we will facing the preliminary examination. But that Apti Plus has already started your preliminary examination. This time we are also going through the online and offline. See, last year we have 45 questions coming from the preliminary, our test series. In the preliminary examination, we have a discussion, analysis, videos, cryptic answers, explanation, everything. We will be having everything. Students, those who are interested, they can hurry on, they can rush on to register. Limited seats are there. Okay, hope you understand my discussion. See you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Good day.